What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Crams are here. David Bowie week rolling on. This week, we put up a poll on the Patreon for side three. We had several different ideas, couldn't quite decide which one, so we put it up for a vote. And the winner is the best final albums of all time. Of course, in reference to David Bowie's Blackstar, which is very highly regarded by some, maybe not by all of us, but so that's what we're talking about today. What have you guys got?
I got five pretty darn good ones, trying to keep with artists who have passed on or maybe definitely never coming back with an album. Let's start off with Whitney Houston's best album, the Christmas album. No. All right, here's what I got. I don't think this is one of my favorite final albums ever, but I got to give a shout out to an album Jason does not like, but he is an incredible minority. Got to go with Clockwork Angels, Rush, 2012. They were really on to something here. I wish they would have followed it up with something because they were getting back to some of their old tendencies, which was really cool. I think it's a really, really good album. Also going to go with one of my favorite albums of all time, From a Basement on a Hill. Elliott Smith had most of it recorded, then it was kind of pieced together. I'm counting it. Watch the Elliott Smith video to know how much me and Jason really love this album. Also going to go with Strange Ways, Here We Come by The Smiths. It's a 5-star album, as is From a Basement on a Hill. Fantastic, really good, lush, more straightforward pop music from them. Then I got to go with Pink Moon, one of my favorite albums of all time. Nick Drake didn't release a lot of them, and this was the last one, but goddamn, is that just some of the most beautiful, freeing little folk music you've ever heard in your entire life. And then finally, let's go with you know what? I got to defend this every chance I get because we get a lot of maniacal hard rock is life fans that hate this album, but In Through the Outdoor, I love it. Zeppelin, awesome. The synths aren't ruining anything. Everyone calm down out there. And if you don't like the synths, there's plenty of friggin' amazing guitar on this album. Like, are you kidding me? Get out of here. It's a fantastic album. One of the best albums of 1979. 5 stars for that. Would have been cool to see how they followed that up too.
All right, well, you stole a couple of mine, including Led Zeppelin and the Smiths. Both are fantastic 5-star albums. Well, here's one. It doesn't really count, but I'm going to count it because I don't believe they really continued. Lynyrd Skynyrd, Street Survivors, you can pretend they got back together with a completely different lineup. It would be like me joining Kingdom Come and being like, yeah, it's Kingdom Come. My uncle's in Kingdom Come. So doesn't work. That is the final Lynyrd Skynyrd album in my world. Here's one that I think we all really liked recently. We did Talk Talk, their discography. And despite its post-rock kind of sparseness, Laughing Stock, I think we all thought was pretty great. And they're not getting back together, so that's a good one. Band where everyone's still alive, but there's just no possible way these dudes are ever getting back in a room. It's directly over Cramser's head there, Synchronicity by The Police. Yep, there it is. It's not perfect. It has Mother and Walking in Your Footsteps. But goddamn, if it doesn't have some of the best pop songs ever written, King of Pain, Wrapped Around Your Finger, just really great album. We'll do, people think I don't like Nirvana, but I do. And In Utero is unfortunately their final studio album, a little weirder, a little kind of less catchy purposefully than Nevermind was, but still a great album. Damn shame they were never able to follow that up we'll do one that's not a great album, but it is I'm very impressed that he quit and never came back because he could make so much money. Billy Joel, gotta get him in here with River of Dreams. Went number one, had a number one single. He was like, I'm done, walked away, never sullied his name with, a comeback album or anything like that. So I think that's very cool of Mr. Joel not to stoop to those levels. So kudos to him. And, Cramser doesn't have to listen to any new albums from Joel, which is a gift to Cramser there.
That really is my number one for it. Just the satisfaction of listening to it and just being like, this is it. There's nothing more coming. You're right. Bad album, 5-star experience and 5-star meaning to my life.
All right. Cram took a bunch of mine, but I still got enough to put something together here. A couple that we just did recently on the channel. I had the Smiths, but also Daft Punk, Random Access Memories. Awesome record. My favorite of theirs. I think it's great. And also just talked about them earlier in the week, talking about some of the players on Let's Dance being on the record as well. Next week, coming up, Roxy Music, Avalon, final record. Very different from their early stuff, getting into the sophistopop, but very cool. Will be interesting to see how we all rank it compared to the other stuff. Not the last record of theirs released, but the last one they made. I've got Abbey Road. I think a great final statement as a band. Then one of the band members, I've got Brainwashed by George Harrison, which I think is an excellent final note to go out on, even though it came out after he had passed. But I think the songs on it are really consistent, really good. And then because Cram took so many of mine, this one, I haven't listened to this record in years. There's a chance it's not that good, but I remember it being very good. And that is Hitting the Note by the Allman Brothers. Just a really cool, great last record. Derek Trucks tearing it up.
You could throw Double Fantasy in there if we're still talking Beatles.
I don't know. Milk and Honey came out after it. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Well, scratch that idea. Also got Electric Ladyland by Hendrix in there. Back to Black, Amy Winehouse. Oh, Terror Twilight by Pavement. Very underrated album. It's the one Joe wouldn't hate.
So let us know which ones we missed down in the comments, what you think of our picks. If anyone's heard Hitting the Note recently, let me know what you think of it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, website, Patreon, merch, all in the video description. Thank you for watching. David Bowie Week, been a blast. We'll see you next week with Roxy Music.